Welcome to Quilting on the Side, the podcast for quilters who are building a business while juggling real life.
I'm Tori from Hey Tori, a quilter, past pattern designer and teacher, and now a digital marketing coach for quilting entrepreneurs.
And I'm Andi from True Blue Quilts, longarm quilter, pattern designer, and quilting instructor.
Between the two of us, we've taught workshops, launched programs, joined summits, and stayed up way too late trying to finish one more quilt binding.
On this show, we're sharing what's worked and what hasn't in our interviews from incredible guests, everyone from quilting solo business owners to CEOs.
So if you're running a quilting or creative business or dreaming about starting one, you'll find real talk, honest strategies, and a whole lot of support here.
So grab your notebook, grab your pen, and let's dive into another episode of Quilting on the Side. I'm here in the Quilting Mill booth with Barbie, so go ahead and give us the pitch and introduce your business.
All right. Hi, Andi. I am a digital pantograph designer, so my husband and I both actually design pantographs for computerized longarm quilters. We have a few that are available in self-print for people who do hand-guided, but our specialty is for computerized. And between the two of us, we have about 1,000 designs on our website. He's got about 100, and I've got the other 900.
Yeah. And I am standing here in the booth, folks, and surrounded by all this quilting goodness. They've got wonderful samples of each of their designs. So how long did that take to prep all this stuff?
We've got, actually this is about 15% of our patterns. It was 2 very intense weeks.
I bet.
So we did about 150 patterns.
That's great. What are you showcasing here at H&H?
So we just want more people to know about us. I've been designing for 4 years, and I do offer my patterns through some distributors such as Intelligent Quilting and Pro Stitcher Patterns, a couple others, but a lot of people just don't know about us yet. So we're really trying to get the word out. We're also sharing our membership, which is just the best way to stock up on pantographs and get a great deal at a great price.
Yeah, so the membership, you have a core, Kyle was explaining this, folks, so that's why I know a little bit about it. You have a core set of free patterns for people that join the membership, and then what's the monthly option?
So there's 15 in that set that you mentioned. So those are a bonus for people who sign up for the year-long membership. The other option is monthly for $15 a month, and you get 2 for that price. The normal price is $15 each. And that's across the board, like most places you go.
That's pretty standard.
That's the price you'll find, mostly. Okay, $15 a month, and so that includes one featured pattern, which is going to be a brand new one that I've made. It'll be my favorite out of the recent batch, and one that I think is one that's going to appeal to a lot of people and be versatile and really useful, and also accessible. Like, I'm not going to do something really, really big that people with a smaller machine are not going to be able to use.
Sure.
Anyway, so you get the featured pattern and you get to choose one. Okay. Membership. And if you get the year, so it comes with 12 that you get to choose. Those are available all at the beginning. You don't have to wait month by month.
Awesome. That sounds like a great way, especially for people who are newer to a longarm business and really wanting to reach a variety of customers because they can build their library at a reasonable rate. So that sounds fantastic. What's been the best part of being here this week?
Oh, it's been really, really great just to meet so many people. We've made some great connections that I think are going to make a big difference for our business long term, which is wonderful. What I'm most excited about is Jamie Wallen. Do you know who he is?
Yeah,
okay.
A well-known name
in the longarm quilting industry.
Custom quilting, free motion motif guy.
He's incredible. So I met him years ago at a show when I was first learning how to do free motion. And he complimented my work that day, which just like made me feel like $1 million, which was cool. So when he came by the booth on the first day, and I shared that memory with him and how it just impacted me so much. And he looked around the booth and took a video for his audience. And after he hung up, he asked me if I stopped recording. He asked me if I would like to co-digitize with him, if I'd like to digitize some of his patterns. He used to work with somebody who unfortunately passed away, and so I'm really thrilled about that opportunity.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's Jamie Wallen.
Right.
He's so cool.
There's been so many of those celebrity moments walking around.
And he's such a personal celebrity for me because of that interaction I had years ago. He's a great guy, and I am just so excited to work with him.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds great. Tell people where they can find you.
All right, my website is thequiltingmill.com, and also on Etsy at thequiltingmill.etsy.com.
Perfect. All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you. It's nice chatting with you.
I'm here with Anne of Crafty Moose. Tell us about your business.
Hello. My business is multifaceted. I am a t-shirt quilt maker for customers local, far and far, both near and far. I also am a quilt pattern designer, and I like to design quilt patterns that are easy for beginners, that look a little more complex than they actually are. I like to have tons of diagrams in my patterns because I personally am a visual learner, but then I also have really well written directions that are tech edited and tested by testers, and I love bold colors, so you will always see bold colors on the covers of my patterns. What else do I do? I have a very small online fabric shop. I like to make kits from some of my patterns and some of my friends' patterns. So we like to market for each other and root for each other and, just celebrate each other.
That's great. What have you been doing while you're here at H&H?
I haven't been sleeping.
Well, standard.
Yeah, right. I have talked to so many quilt shop owners who just need a little bit of a leg up. They're overwhelmed just like the rest of us are overwhelmed, spinning a lot of plates as small business owners, and I'm really excited that I have a resource page now on my website that is specifically for retailers where they can download lots of free tools that go hand in hand with my patterns to make their lives a little bit easier, including Excel spreadsheets to help them if they're wanting to put together quilt kits. I have everything pre-formulated for them. All they have to do is drop in their fabric SKUs and their cost per yard, and it's going to spit out all the data they need to be successful.
That is an awesome resource. Great thinking. Anything we can do to support the shop owners to get our products in the hands of the customers. That's really, really smart. And I saw that you're featured in the Designer Pavilion. So tell people about that experience.
Gosh, the Designer Pavilion was terrifying. This is my first time to ever bend at a show of any kind, and I just did not know what I was doing at all. But the entire thing, first of all, we just got to give a shout out to Tony Smith. Her business is Quilt Tony, shoved together with just one T, Quilt Tony, and she has just been an incredible, patient resource for all of us as we are trying to fumble our way through this and try to represent ourselves well, figure out how to get all of our stuff here. So huge shout out to Tony. Thank you so much, Tony. But it's been
backing up just a second because people may not be familiar. One of the things that H&H organizers do is they have these smaller pavilions. So you only have, 4x10 pegboard space to set up a mini shop and to showcase your stuff. So it's kind of like that, taking that first step before you have a full-blown booth in a show. So, there's only 16 designers or so
something
around
about
there.
That. Yeah, something about 16-ish.
Yeah. So is it a contract thing? Is it an honor thing to be in that space during the show, or how did that all work?
So there's a Facebook group for quilt pattern designers, and you have to have, I think, at least one pattern published to be accepted into the group. And it's just a really great community resource. And Tony posted in that Facebook group, you know, like, hey, H&H is coming up again. This is something that the I can't think of what they're called. The show owners, the show organizers.
Right.
That's the word I'm looking for. The show organizers have put together for quilt pattern designers. And if you would like to participate, this is the cost per space. And then essentially what happens is it's a really large footprint. And individually, none of us would ever be able to afford a really large footprint booth at a show like this. So collectively, we make a really big impact in this large space. And then individually, we each have our own pegboards. And you might be right. I think it's like 3 feet by maybe 10 feet. Yeah, I forget. Yeah, something like that. But it's all organized so well. It looks very cohesive. It looks very professional. Everybody who's been in the pavilion this year has just been, we're supporting each other. If we see, you know, quilt shop owners coming through, even if it's not our booth, we're very quick to talk to them and help them and contact the designer if they'd like to speak to the designer. So it's just been a really cool collab.
Yeah, and they have they've had demo times for everybody to do technique or trunk show or all of the above.
Correct. So we all had the opportunity to sign up for it. When we paid for our pegboard space, if you will, we had the opportunity to then either sign up for a trunk show or a demo, and everybody chose what worked better for them. I chose a demo, so I was demoing the resources that I have available on my website for retailers, and some of the trunk shows have, like, some pretty good crowds have gathered around. You know, when Jessica Steele Design, she had all her sports quilts out across the table, and, you know, that's a really big eye catcher. So people were stopping by to ask about that. So it's really neat that we have opportunities to present ourselves to the people who are walking by, or, you know, all of our demos and all of our trunk shows were listed in the H&H app. So as people were planning, what am I going to do at the show, they were able to see all of the things that we're offering in the pavilion. And we even had some people reach out and say, like, hey, I want to make sure I'm coming to your booth at this time. Can you tell me where I should go? Because we have 2 different tables at either end of our huge booth space. So we were rotating back and forth to give each other time to set up, talk to people, tear down, and then the opposite table would be used during the next half-hour period. Right.
So you have that space to talk to people and coordinate. So overall impressions of being at H&H. You said this is your very first show. You're not sleeping.
It is a lot of work. The prep work itself is a lot. So on top of, you know, all of us have regular jobs, you know, either you're running your business full time or you have another job and you're doing whatever it is. All of us have a lot on our schedules already. So the prep time was intense, but it all paid off for every single one of us. I will say that a year ago, my business was not doing well. And I worked really hard on a pattern. I released the pattern. I thought for sure it was going to take off and do well, and it did not do well at all. And I was devastated. And I made a comment or a post in the Facebook group for quilt pattern designers, and I was like, you know, has anybody ever hit the point where you're like, that's it, I can't do this anymore. I'm not turning a profit. I am costing my family money, and that's exactly opposite of what I was trying to do here. Does anybody have any advice? And the advice I received is actually giving me the chills under my heavy denim jacket here. The advice I received was you have to show up, and you have to go to the events, you have to promote yourself, you have to talk to companies, you have to go do all of these things that you're not doing. And I will tell you, this past year, I have done all of those things, and my business is in a completely different place this year than it was last year because of the advice I received, and I actually acted on the advice.
So that's so needed to hear and to put into action. So thank you so much for sharing that story, and tell people where they can find you online.
Of course. My website is CraftyMooseQuilts.com, and on Instagram I am CraftyMoose_Quilts.
Awesome. Thanks so much for chatting with us.
Thanks, Andi.
I am excited to introduce Kaitlyn to the world of quilting on the side. Hi, Kaitlyn.
Hi.
Tell us about your business.
I am a technical editor and pattern designer. I've been doing it since late 2020 when I think a lot of us joined the industry. And I work with Tori on the Self-Publishing Incubator as her technical editor.
That's so fun. And I'm a member of Self-Publishing Incubator, and your help has been invaluable. So thank you. Thank you. It's a great program. What big insights did you find here at H&H over the last few days?
It's more overwhelming than anybody ever told me it would be. It's really nice to just like see what's happening in the industry and get an idea of what might be coming down the pipeline. On the tech editing side, it's nice to see like what shapes are getting popular and that kind of thing, to have an idea of what techniques I might see and colors and that kind of thing. And I haven't released a pattern recently. I'm just sort of getting back into it, and so seeing what other people are producing and where my patterns sort of fit into the broad spectrum in the industry is nice. It gives me some good ideas for marketing.
And tell people what this convention center looks like. What give people a quick rundown of the layout.
It is the biggest convention center I've ever been to in my life. It is big, bright and open out front, lots of lights. Inside, more warehousey feel, but everyone has done such a good job of colors in their booth and bringing lighting and really making sure that it feels welcoming and inviting. There's little nooks and crannies all over the place to find new little bits and pieces of things, and definitely a lot of people that I didn't even know were part of the industry. It's really nice to get to sort of dip my toe into the yarn side of things and see sort of how the two play off of each other. Sometimes there's somebody just down the row here from us at Tori's booth that she's in the yarn world, but she's like my vibe of color palette. So it was really nice to get to check in with her and say this is exactly my thing. I love what you're doing. So that's making those connections is really good. But the overarching theme is overwhelming, probably more than you can actually see in 3 days. Something for everyone.
Yeah, that really is. So now that you are an experienced show attendee, what advice would you give other business owners about coming to the show?
Give yourself more than 2 weeks to plan your trip. That's just my life, how things go. I do things on a whim because that's our family dynamic. But 4 weeks would have been a lot better. Double the time would have been better. More than that would have been even better.
Oh, sure.
There's a lot of good resources out there for generally attending a trade show, not necessarily in this industry. And finding somebody who's been there before is good to set you up for success, to have an idea of what to expect. I talked to a few people, all of them who had been here, and they said, you're going to be overwhelmed. And I said, okay. And they said, no, you're going to be overwhelmed. It's okay to take the first day to just get your bearings. And there's a lot. Don't feel like you have to do it all in one day. And so definitely plan ahead and speak with someone who's been here before if you have that available to you, so that you can prepare yourself mentally too for all of the parts that go with it.
Right. That's wonderful. So, where can people find you?
I am online at fritchandstitches.com. I am on Instagram at fritchandstitches. And if you tag the Self-Publishing Incubator, you'll find me there too.
Awesome. That's great. Thanks for chatting with us.
Bye.
Hello, Quilting on the Side listeners. This is Tori interrupting your questions from the floor of H&H with Andi with an announcement. The Self-Publishing Incubator is finally open and accepting new authors. Right now, we've had our first beta group make it through 7 months with us, and all of them have come up with a wonderful manuscript, with a few of them with books that are ready to publish within the next couple of months. So if you have a book idea that you've been sitting on, or maybe it's a blog, maybe it's a pattern series that you've been working on that you think will make an excellent book, and you're looking for support in writing, editing, publishing, and marketing, the Self-Publishing Incubator has professionals all brought into one place to help you with both tech editing and content editing, plus accountability and marketing. If that sounds like something you want to be a part of, we are opening up signups for our partnership meetings right now. It's open until May 29th. So if this sounds like something you're ready to do and to dive in to get help with writing your next book or your first book, this partnership meeting is a free 30-minute call. We're just going to see what your book idea might be and see if the incubator is a good fit for you. So you'll find the link below. You'll also find it on my website at heytori.tech. You can also find the Self-Publishing Incubator at selfpublishingincubator.com. Have a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of the Quilting on the Side episode from the floor of H&H.
Hi, Christa. It's so fun to see you in person.
Hey, oh my gosh, I'm loving it here at H&H. Finally getting to meet you in person. Like, I've been a fan of yours, and now we get to meet in person.
Same, yeah. We've crossed paths, but I don't think we've ever sat down and chatted. So
exactly.
This is
so
wonderful.
Here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Tell people about Christa Quilts.
Okay, well, I am a pattern designer and a fabric designer, and I teach domestic machine quilting, and I kind of do all the things. I always tell everybody, you got to try everything, see what sticks, see what you enjoy.
Very good. Good advice, especially for new quilt business owners that don't really know their style yet. So that's fantastic. And what are you showcasing here at H&H?
So at H&H, I am debuting my brand new fabric collection with Riley Blake Designs. It's called Quilt in Color, and it's a really fun rainbow of modern fabric with lots of really fun geometric shapes.
I love it because it's got the little details, so it from far away it reads as solid, but you get up close and are actually, the little geometric shapes and designs and stuff, and everything is really, really cool. So everybody go check out Quilting Color. I had to check the site. But I noticed you showing somebody that you've got these 1-yard panels.
Yeah, so this was super fun. So I have been a fabric designer for about 9 or 10 years now. I had done a bunch with another company, decided it was time for a change. So I went over to Riley Blake, and it was actually their idea. They said, why don't you do a machine quilting collection where we can have panels that people can put together for machine quilting practice. And I thought, I've been teaching machine quilting for 20 years. Why have I not done that? People come to my classes and they bring little squares of fabric to practice on, and I have them draw out little shapes. Well, now, once the fabric comes out this November, they no longer have to draw on their samples. I can provide samples, or they can buy yardage of it. And basically, each design is a fat quarter-size design with log cabin blocks and chevron blocks and diamond blocks and geometric shapes that you can practice machine quilting inside of, just like you're quilting a real quilt. So those come out in November, and I just can't wait.
Yeah, that's very smart. As a fellow machine quilting instructor, having those kind of block boundaries to give people practice with is going to be really, really useful. So
exactly.
A great idea. What's your favorite part about being at a trade show?
Honestly, it's meeting with the people. I mean, we're here for business. I'm showcasing fabric. I'm showcasing patterns. I'm making connections. And here at H&H, it's been really fun. The mornings so far have been super busy. People coming by wanting to, buy everything. And the afternoons have slowed down a little bit, but that's when the designers and the collaborators and the companies, so it's like, do business in the morning, do collaborations and meetups in the afternoon. And it's been a really good balance, a really great show.
That's awesome. So any advice for the new quilt businesses out there?
Yeah, don't be the one standing in your own way. Set specific goals and just go for it. Take the time that you need, take the budget that you need, but set your goal and just work on whatever goal it is every single day. Make one step forward and you'll get to where you need to be.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Tell people where they can find you.
I'm everywhere at Christa Quilts with a CH. But I also own misspellings of my name. So if you get it wrong, you'll still find me. So just Christa Quilts everywhere.
Yep, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Andi.
Hi, we're here with Sammy. Tell us about your business.
Hey, I'm Sammy. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I am a tech editor, a ghostwriter, a pattern designer, and a layout formatter. So if you need somebody to help you with your pattern in any way, shape, or form, or even you just need to talk to somebody about it, I'm your gal.
That's awesome. And local. Yes. So we're all enjoying the Chicago atmosphere. What do you think people should come see when they're in Chicago if they're visiting you?
Oh my gosh. Well, the downtown area is full of art, museums, hotly contested deep dish pizza. I really think that getting out into the local neighborhoods like Andersonville and Wicker Park is where it's at. That's where you're going to find the more independent, local and artsy stuff.
That's awesome. So what has been the best thing about being at H&H?
Oh my God, the people, the conversations that we're having, just like this, of meeting so many people or reuniting with people we've met in passing and just learning about their business, understanding the opportunity of what there is that we could work together on.
Yeah, awesome. What must-have item should people put in their carry bag when they come to a show like this?
Oh, well, I was going to say really good shoes, but you shouldn't carry them. You should put them on your feet. But I have water is good. I've been carrying around a tiny booklet, a pen, and a roll of washi tape so that when I collect business cards from people, I tape it in my book and I write down a few notes about what we talked about so I remember who the heck is this person when I'm going through my notes next week.
Yeah, that's awesome. The follow-up is so important. I spent a few minutes this morning just kind of putting my reflections down from yesterday, and that really helps solidify everything. So tell people where they can find you, Sammy.
Yeah, they can find me at Sonder Quilt Studio on Instagram or sonderquiltstudio.com.
Awesome. Thanks so much for chatting with us. Hello, Laura. So good to see you.
It's great to meet you too.
Yeah. So tell us about Slice of Pie.
Yeah, my last name is Pyland, so my name is Laura Pyland, and I used to be a math teacher, and so they called me Mrs. Pie. And so that's where Slice of Pie Quilts comes from.
Yes.
And I'm the designer of the Exploding Heart Quilt. So if people don't recognize my name, Laura, or my business name, Slice of Pie Quilts, they might know me as the Exploding Heart Quilt person.
Right. That's so fantastic to have such a popular design. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. What are you featuring here at H&H?
Yeah, so my most popular thing at the show has been shoelace patterns. So it's a pattern that includes the aglets so that you can create your own shoelaces from your favorite fabrics.
There you go, with jumping on that patchwork kick trend. So
That's right. Yeah, there's 9 different colors of aglets. So you can choose a fabric and then you could put blue aglets at the end, or you could put gray aglets or red aglet, whatever, right?
Yep.
So there's a color to match any fabric that you can find, and then you can make your regular shoes even more fun.
Exactly, match all your outfits.
That's right.
Awesome. Love it, love it. And I'm looking behind you, you have your Storybook Quilts book out, so tell people a little bit about that too.
Yeah, Storybook Quilts is a book that came out last year, and when you're reading children's books, like the book Clifford, there is an illustration in the book of a quilt on Emily Elizabeth's bed. And my book, Storybook Quilts, has the pattern so you can make a quilt to match and be exactly the same as the one in the book.
That really puts the kids in their favorite story.
That's right, yeah.
Smart.
So my book has 14 different patterns for quilts from different children's books like Llama Llama Red Pajama or Bear Can't Sleep and several others that you might know, and a few new ones that are newer that you might not be familiar with, but are also great children's books.
Yeah, get that love of reading and the love of quilting all at once.
That's right.
Very smart. So where can people find you?
Well, I'm on all the social media as Slice of Pie Quilts, and it's Pie P-I, not P-I-E, because it's math, but I like the other kind too, of pie, but yeah. And then it's sliceofpiequilts.com is my website also.
Awesome. And tell us what your favorite part of H&H is.
Oh, the energy. It's so great to see how excited people are and just the energy of the industry, and it's such a great show and it's well attended, and so it's really great to see how people are going back to wherever they're from and taking that excitement with them and sharing all of these new things with all of their quilters.
Exactly, and that energy carries through and we'll do it all again next year.
I know.
Very fun. Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you.
Well, I'm Terri Vandenbosch from Lizard Creek Quilting. I'm a farm wife, lived in the northwest corner of Iowa. In the morning, I will help my husband sort and load hogs, and in the afternoon, I come in the house and clean up first, of course, and then start either designing fabric or writing patterns or designing quilts or anything creative that doesn't involve working on the farm.
There you go. That sounds great. What are you featuring here at H&H?
At H&H, I am featuring my second original fabric collection with Island Boutique. It is called Promise Kept, and it is based off of the promise my husband gave me on our wedding day when he said if I stick it out with him for 25 years, he'll take me to Hawaii, and I made him keep that promise.
And folks, if you could see this gorgeous rainbow of fabric, it is luscious. It takes you right to the islands. It's beautiful. So well done, Terri.
Thank you.
What is the best part about being at H&H?
The best part about being at H&H is seeing all the smiling faces. There are shop owners, there are knitters, there are everything here, and we're all mixing together, and we're all enjoying finding new products and seeing smiling faces, and it's just really good.
Yeah, yeah. And one last fun thing. Tell us how you brought your husband to the show with us.
Like I said, I live in a farm in the northwest corner of Iowa, and so we're farmers. And he usually is my sidekick. He really enjoys coming along with me. And since he couldn't come, we put him on an iPad and I FaceTime him. I have him dressed up in a little Hawaiian shirt with his name badge on. And if anybody wants to talk to him, we just FaceTime him because he's in the tractor and his tractor has auto steer. So he's really looking for somebody to talk to.
That's awesome. It's so much fun. Well, it was a pleasure chatting with you, Terri. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Andi.
Hello from H&H. I want to introduce Beverly from Flamingo Toes. Tell us about yourself.
Hi, I am a Riley Blake designer. I also design cross-stitch patterns, quilt patterns, needle minders, all sorts of fun things. And I live near Nashville, Tennessee.
That's awesome. It's so exciting to meet you. Thanks for being here.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us what we've got in your booth here at H&H. What are you debuting?
I am showing off a new collection coming in March of 2027 called Briar Hill. Lots of like soft colors, but also some like brighter pinks. It's a fun spring summer collection that I would probably sew with year round because I love those colors anytime. And then I'm also, I have a basic right now with Riley Blake designs called Dainty Daisy. It's 30 colors. In March of next year, we're adding 30 more colors. So we're doubling the palette.
Wow, that's
very,
awesome.
Very excited
yeah, and I'm looking at the swatches here. They are gorgeous. We'll definitely get some pictures up for that. So you've got, I'm looking at the colors. You said, the soft pinks and yellows and teals and blues and greens. I mean, the whole rainbow, obviously. Do you narrow it down ever to just a few colors? What are your favorites?
Yeah, pink and aqua are pretty much my go-tos, but I do change it up sometimes with, I've done collections with just navy and mint and yellow and that kind of thing, but it's pretty rare for there not to be pink in a collection.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's wonderful. That's great. What has been the best moment of H&H?
I can't point to one moment specifically, but I'm having so much fun, like meeting shop owners and talking to people that carry my fabric or people that have seen my designs and meeting them in person. So it's that connection point that I'm loving.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main reason I came to the show this year, was to make those face-to-face connections and experiences. So that's wonderful. Where can people find you?
So Flamingo Toes on Instagram and Facebook. My YouTube channel is my name, Beverly McCullough, and Pinterest is Beverly McCullough too.
That's wonderful. Thanks so much, Beverly. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
That's a wrap on today's conversation. We hope it gave you something real to take back to your business.
And if you liked this episode, please hit subscribe and leave us a review. It helps more quilters find the show and feel a little less alone on their entrepreneurial journey.
And if you want more support, from behind-the-scenes content to live chats, you'll find more in our Quilting on the Side community on Patreon. And as always, don't forget to do
a little quilting on the side.